Basically. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mute the mic. I wanted you to hear it. I wanted you to hear it. Well, hello. How are you doing today? Hopefully pretty sweet. I'm doing pretty sweet. Not really, but I am. Oh my god. What a crazy time to be. What a crazy time to be. So, you can see from the title, we're high up in those numbers in the grow. I've had a lot of crazy shit go on. Bad and good. Mostly bad with the growing. Again, new to all of this stuff. Cocoa, nutrients, light. The light, surprisingly enough, being the hardest factor in this whole thing. So between cloning it and trying to dim down the lights and forgetting to turn the lights back up and the plants kind of not getting enough light and kind of like, sagging down. I thought they were dead. But I turned the lights up and they kind of came back too, and I popped a new seed. That didn't go well. I don't know what happened, but that thing just shat on itself hard. Thanks to the bidding websites, I have been able to procure a lavalier microphone. So I got it. It comes in sets of 2. Let's see. Here we go. So these are what I got. So because of this, I'm going to be able to kind of take the camera, go around the tent, and kind of show my setup, and I'm really excited about it. It's pretty much done. However, I asked for a couple things for Christmas, so maybe I'll get some CO2 to add into this. Maybe I'll get another oscillating fan. Maybe I'll get some underlights for, the underbuds. So I asked for a couple things for Christmas. Not sure what I'm going to get, so I don't want to say too much. But, I believe by like the 28th, I should have some of those things. However, and also, how I have it right now is the most perfect setup I've ever had in my entire life. And it's really exciting because I finally potted the actual weed plants. So now they are actually in the autopots, and they have, the autopots they're not turned on, so they're not being physically used as but right now it's being used as basically a pot until the plant's roots can grow down and reach the bottom of this, which then I can turn and activate the autopots, and it'll start wicking up the food as it needs. So it is really exciting. So I went from having clones that I thought were dying to come back to life to putting in the autopots, and the other clone I just topped everything except the crazy one. So when I made these clones, 2 of them were the side branches, and then I did a clone of the main stem, like the main straight up thick stem with two stalks coming off. I saved one of those. I made that a clone. So you're gonna get to see all that today. I am really excited. I am really excited about this. Now, I didn't charge these microphones, so I'm hoping it's okay. I guess I could just put the other one on, but I didn't test the other one. I only tested the one that's like that I'm wearing right now. So hopefully it'll have enough battery to do this video. We will see. It doesn't sound super pro, But I think this thing sells for like 20 bucks in the store or on Amazon, and I won it for like 8 bucks on the bidding app. But I did get this just so I could do this video specifically. I really wanted to do this a while ago, but I tried my Beats headphones. I've tried everything I could to get like a Bluetooth mic working where I could walk around, talk, show things off, explain, and have a mic where you could actually understand what the fuck I'm saying. So this thing that I got, I kind of did a couple short tests. Like I literally just got this today. Like, super short tests, and I added a couple filters on in OBS. So we'll see how good that does. I mean, I'm not going to know until I really watch it back and see, because, you know, I can hear it through my headphones, but who knows how that will translate in a live video. But I am excited to show you this. I got a lot of things, like, finalized, finished up. Oh, man, I'll just explain it, I guess, as I show it off, because there's a lot going on in this tent. So I've had some really big setups before, and I'd say they were pretty involved. But I will say this, by far, not only is it one of the smallest setups I've had, but it is one of the best all-around setups as far as environment and sensors and the amount of control you can really have with this kind of thing. And literally in about a week and a half, if that, but I'll do it, maybe I'll even do 2 weeks just to be safe. It'll be on autopilot. I just have to fill up a reservoir, make sure it's pH'd properly, and literally I could just walk away for a week easily at a time. So I'll go over all that shit once I start showing all this off. But I am really excited, because if you go back in my other videos, you could see some of the older stuff that I have now upgraded, and I'll kind of try to explain some of that. But I am really proud of this air conditioner closed loop air setup that I have going on for this thing, and it's maintained a steady. So when I turn the lights up, obviously the tent gets hotter, but with the AC kicking on little bits here and there, it's able to just beautiful environment the whole time. And man, okay, well, without further ado, I'm gonna activate this mic, and you're gonna definitely hear a switch up. It's not gonna sound the same, but at least you're gonna be able to hear me. I can show you some shit and explain. I am gonna have to take these off, so it's gonna be weird not hearing myself. So that'd be a weird thing. But get ready for the tour. I am really excited for you guys. Now keep in mind, these plants that are in the autopots, they look to me like they were just about done with life, but they were just lacking light. And if you grow, and you know, you may have run into this issue, you know what I'm talking about. But seriously, these leaves were just like hanging down, just like we don't give a fuck. And I was just kind of worried. But this cocoa, man, it's sensitive. You got to really be on top of this shit. And the lighting, God, this lighting, it's just something else, man. And you could really easily forget about stuff too with this. Depending on, I was doing too much. That's another thing. There was a lot going on. I was trying too much. However, I'm starting to get shit under control and figure stuff out, which usually that's how it goes when you're learning something with no experience for the first time. You're gonna fall, skin your knee, fuck some shit up, but eventually you'll get on that bike and do a wheelie. So I'm not there yet, but you know, I'm able to kind of ride the bike without tipping over. So without further ado, let me turn this mic on. Check this out. You're gonna hear a difference. Hold on. Alright, you can hear a difference, I'm sure, but at least you can understand me, I'm hoping. Let me turn the theme music down a little bit just to make sure you can hear me. Okay, off with the headphones. Oh, distortion. I'll try to be on top of that. Oh, I'm excited for you guys. Okay, so, oh shit. Yeah, it's gonna be loud. Coughing will be loud, and I do that a lot. Okay, let me show you what we got going on here. Welcome to my grow. So, as you can see, I got the two ladies in the auto pots. The ones on the right is the one that was the main stem, and that thing is looking beautiful. Like, dude, that thing is looking good right now. So then we got this one. I had just topped this yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I believe. So this one will have, it's a four-headed hydra, basically, that's about to come out. But like you can see with this leaf's looking a little rough, but this thing is held on. This thing is held on for so long, and it's getting so fat and healthy. Now we're gonna get to the problem ones. All right, so this one's weird because this one just doesn't have roots. It has like a white rounded bottom, and like when I pulled this out, because I had to pull it out and put it in this, there was 0 roots, but somehow it's still hanging on and it's still super dark green. It's just not growing. It's really weird. It's looked like that seriously for weeks now. Hasn't changed. I don't understand. This was the seed that just like looks like it got fried. I've been giving it nothing but plain water, but it is just no bueno. And here's the other clone that I just topped. That's going to go to somebody else. So that'll have 2 tops on there. Possibly 4. I have to really look into it. I can't remember how I cut it. But it's looking pretty good. So we got one really good clone. We got the four-headed right here. So that'll be cool. Like, I've been pulling this one down so many times. It just keeps growing and growing, and I keep pulling it down and pulling it down. Eventually, the goal is to get this thing to stretch across the entire pot, and then I'm going to grow as many tops as I can. This one already has way more of a head start than this one has, so that's kind of a bummer, but I got to work with what I got, so whatever. But it is looking pretty good. That one's just looking way better. But I will be pulling this down after I'm done filming this video, but this one is just a beast. But yeah, so as the roots grow down, you know, I can finally turn on the water and the water will run. And basically it'll fill up this reservoir and it will lift this thing. And when this thing lifts to a certain point, it blocks the water off. And then the plants just drink it up as they need it. So it's just like an automatic thing. So having this is just like having the cheat codes to growing. Like, as long as you make sure the nutrients are right, like, you really can't fuck it up. So these have only been in here for days now, but man, they're just showing so much progress. I'm shocked. But back to the setup. So I got these cameras, like these things. I really, really, really love these. I can't stress how much I love these enough. Like, these can grip onto tables. These can grip onto poles, obviously, as you can see, but you could really set these up however you want. And it's like made of sturdy, like, aluminum. And these holders for the phone, phenomenal. Like, really good. But I have these on time lapse, so we'll get to see these eventually. I can't wait to see this one, but I got both of them kind of hanging and dangling. So we're time lapsing both these little ladies. And then I got my home security cameras also, so I can check in on both of these when I'm at work and doing stuff. Now what's cool, oh, do I have them still over here? Let me see if I got them underneath. Oh, I do. Okay. So, if you're looking down here, you see these black circles. Now those used to be this. Not too efficient, just a big old hole. Those, oh, hold on, let me see if I can. You can't really see in them. Maybe if I get a little closer. But they're kind of blocked off, and they got a little foamy thing in the middle so no bugs can creep in. And it disperses the air, it disperses it really well. So that's pretty cool. So that's just way nicer than this. And plus, like, if you look at these, basically you pull these on the inside, these little sleeves, roll them up, and then that's what that big part is. You kind of hide it within that. So it's a really good design. So, got my oscillating fan that simulates actual weather. That's how I kind of have it set up.
with the AC Infinity AI brain. So that's pretty cool. Got another security camera. But then I got the charcoal filter exiting out the top. That top, it comes over here. Hold on, let me move my chair out the way. So it leaves that, comes over here, goes into the fan. From the fan, it goes down into, so I had to custom make this cardboard box. And I basically had to tape it to the inlet, the air intake for the air conditioner. Because this air and the temperature of this air is going to register on the thermocouple that's inside of this. And I need this to know a pretty accurate temperature of what's going on in there. So this knows when to kick the AC unit on. Now, I lucked out with this AC unit. First of all, I think I paid like 12 bucks for it, maybe. I think it's 16,000 BTUs. But what's really cool about it is on the front, it had a perfect 8-inch cylindrical hole for the outlet. So I was able to get an 8-inch ducting thing that reduces to 6-inch for this. And that worked so good. So, all right, so we got the air conditioner coming out now. Comes down, goes into the splitter, and that goes into both sides of the tent, which you saw from the inside with those little circles. So that's pretty cool, and that's official AC Infinity. These are official AC Infinity. So yeah, so I got air conditioning and just straight fan blowing through both sides of the bottom, and it's all complete closed loop as well. Part of my concern was I didn't have the AC connected to everything. This was just blowing in the side of the tent, and this was actually outside on the other side of the tent. So I was just concerned about smell escaping, but it's with a closed loop system like this, it's all inclusive. So the smell gets taken out by this thing. Air is cleaned up. This helps blow it through to the air conditioner. The air conditioner blows it back in through to the bottom. So pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. It actually turned out really well. What else is really cool? Well, another thing that I got was pretty much the shelf I was really excited about. And I ended up modding it a little bit for my grow tent. I added some of that up there so I can hold the door open for the tent. But this is going to be the reservoir. Fill this up with your nutrient water. This is a 12-gallon. So I can literally fill this up with 12 gallons of water and probably leave for like a week and a half. And these plants would be just fine. But I got cocoa in both of those just kind of hanging out. Water reserves down below. That's what I'm going to fill that with. But that, as you can see, the water will come out here, kind of go into the tent. And then in the tent, let's go back. It comes in through the back and splits off. It Y's off. One comes over to here. One comes to here. But then, as you see with that, that comes down and goes into this auto pot. But it also overflows. So when you go to flush it from veg to flower, you could just close all these up, run fresh water through the whole system, and have it come out to the end and just kind of clean out the lines. So that's pretty cool with the auto pot system. I'm really excited to use this. I've never used anything like it before, and feeding it was one of my biggest issues. Now it seems to be the LED lighting, unfortunately for me. But again, I'm kind of figuring it out. You just got to really stay on top of it, check your levels all the time, because you just never know. You never know what you forget. But so this is my grow setup. Really excited about it. Really want to show it off. I really like the upgraded venting. That's cool. I like that I'm able to check this like I could be anywhere and just kind of look in, and it sees both of those. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited to check both these videos out. I'll probably do a side-by-side when it's done flowering. So I'm going to let these babies run the whole time, And I got some power up here, like the purple and yellow cord. One goes to each iPhone, so power shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully we don't have any crazy storms, but yeah, man, I'm really excited about this. Oh, I should have went to the full screen. Oh, that's why it looks all stupid. Hold on. Here we go. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. You guys should have been seeing it like this the whole time. Here we go. Redo of the tent. So yeah, we got these guys holding up the cameras. Sorry, guys. I forgot to change the camera view. Just to give you another update, we'll just kind of go over it again. These guys, man. Looking good. I pulled that down like, I believe, 3 times now. About to do it the 4th. That one's just got a fat leaf. Can't wait. Cannot wait. And then we got these guys down here. The one that just hasn't grown or done anything, it's just remained constant. The clone I'm giving away that I topped recently. And the dead soldier that just will never be. But yeah, I guess I'll just do the whole showdown again. Exits out there. Comes out through the top. Comes over down through the fan. Goes into the air conditioner. Comes down into the splitter, which goes into the bottom of each side of the tent. Closed loop system. So I also got this air thing. So this goes to an air dome that is at the bottom of these pots. So if you can just imagine straight center at the very bottom, there's a dome, and it has these little things, these arches going across, and it blows air through it. And one of the problems with overwatering plants is that they're not getting oxygen. So you could overwater the shit out of the plant and provide the oxygen to the root balls down there. And theoretically, I would imagine it would still be pretty okay. It's still able to get that oxygen. So that's what these are. So, and I can't use those obviously until the root's established and I actually turn it on. And then once it's going for a day or two, probably turn it on then. But yeah, dude, these things are looking beautiful. Like crazy good. Like these things were so light green. I'm kind of glad that I didn't live stream it. I was gonna, just to show my progress, even though it was bad. You know, I like to stay true to it. But man, it's so dark green now. It looks so good. But yeah, guys, so that's basically my setup. So what I got going on. But this shelf, I highly suggest. It's a $200 shelf, so that kind of sucks. The $200 shelf part sucks. However, it comes with the wood, but you can buy metal shelves, and I got the metal one for the water because I don't want it to be wood, saturate, and me not notice, and then fall through. I'd rather me not notice, maybe rust, drip down below, cool. But with 12 gallons of water, I don't know how much that's going to weigh, and I don't need any kind of big water accidents in here. So, I got my front door camera. Watch out. Try to come over here. I'll get you on camera. Get you on camera. But yeah, guys, my setup, not too shabby. Not too shabby. But I hope this mic turned out okay. I know it's not going to be great. And I know me coughing every time is probably going to be really terrible. Can't wait to hear that. But as promised, so I was going to do a walk around, show you guys what's going on. Can't wait till those kind of stretch out a little bit and I can start pulling those down. But through through topping this one, I can kind of slow it down enough to catch this one up. I mean, they'll never be the same. This one's always going to be farther ahead, but I can kind of keep it level where they're both the same height at least to a certain point. And that one's not too much farther ahead than this. This was automatically a double stem head when I planted it. This was not. This was a single, and I had to chop the top to get it to sprout more. So this one, it's going to be behind. But plus, when you got a bunch of leaves and it can pull in all that light energy and food, it's going to go faster than one with 2 leaves and a bunch of new ones starting. So it is what it is. Either way, it's fucking awesome. But I just want to give you an update. They're in the auto pots. They're doing great. They're doing better every day. They're being topped. They're being pulled down. And eventually they're going to be a crazy bush. They're being recorded in slow motion on both cameras. So this is going to be cool. Really excited to see how this looks. And what's cool is, especially with these, as this grows, like I can lift this up. I can literally have this straight out if I wanted to. So it's pretty versatile for what this is gonna need. Like, as long as it stays the fuck out the way, those would be good. But man, I just cannot wait. I cannot wait for these to bush out and just, because man, now the roots, they've been in there for days, so the roots have already started stretching and expanding, which means the growth is just going to explode. And if I get CO2, so what I asked for is, it's basically a combination of a light charger and a CO2 sensor. And the other part of that gift is a CO2 tap, where you tap a top of a big tank of CO2, but it also has a trigger that you can connect up to this thing, and this thing can release it for you. You can set a level. Like, I want it to always have this much in there. And you could basically steroid your plants out with CO2. And I've never done that before. I've made my own kind of homemade CO2, which is pretty much garbage. However, having real CO2, being able to give it exactly what it needs, and just like these things, man, plus if I have the underlights shooting at the lower buds down below, not only the upper buds good, but the lower ones are good. Like, man, I've never had that, so that'll be new. But I've seen what some of these buds look like when you grow them with straight Athena and nothing else, and they still turn out ridiculous. But these things are just still in their infancy. They're about to explode with growth. These leaves were all so tiny just yesterday, and those were like barely existent the other day. So they've already exploded in growth too. So this is a fast grower, and especially when I start giving it real nutrients, because right now I'm still giving it like the clone feed. I imagine like those nutrients are doubled in the veg feed. So these things are probably going to blow up. But yeah, guys, so that's where we're at. The clone doesn't look bad, but I did top it, and it was sitting up here at a higher level, and I think it was just too much light. So it had a little bit of an issue, but it's bounced back a bunch. But man, oh man, stay tuned. But that's my update. Let's take the camera back now and turn on the real microphone. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's just get that boop. Oh, right on back. Oh shit. Every time. I always forget to turn that down.
All right. There we go. Much better. So yeah, I'm guessing there was a huge difference in how that mic sounded and how this one sounds. However, I hope it was good enough to enjoy the show and understand everything that I have going on, kinda, in the smallest world possible. Feel free to talk in the chats. You want to say something to me, I'll be able to see it. That'd be kind of cool. Say hi, ask your questions. I'll answer them if I can. But that's pretty much about it, man. Those upgraded vents. That shelving unit was a game changer for me. Thank God that's a thing. That air conditioner just happened to be stupid luck that I, first of all, won it for what I won it for, which was nothing. And then the fact that it has that 8-inch hole duct that an 8-inch ducting thing could fit in. Crazy. But yeah, it's kind of cool modding out your own grow tent. It's kind of neat. I mean, in my 8x8x8 grow tent, it's a big motherfucker. You can walk in there and kind of look around like echo. But when I had that thing, I was using the big old lights that kicked out a shit ton of heat. So the coolest that ever got was like connecting ducting up and pulling the heat outside the tent into a different room, whatever. It's a cool fucking cooling. But this shit, all this stuff is next level. The air conditioning, those vents, even if I didn't have the air conditioning going into those vents at the bottom, you can hook those vents up and it allows air to come in without light penetrating through, which was, when I first started growing, an issue because I didn't have all this fancy shit and you had to get cool air in there somehow. But when you're flowering, you don't want to open these vents on the bottom and have lights flooding in there from the room that it's in. So those vents kind of help with that, you know. It allows the air to come in and no light. And one of the videos I was watching, the guy said it was almost too much air that it was allowing in. So hey, whatever, cool. But the fact that it hides those little sleeves that are kind of built in on the tent, which are definitely necessary. But I like how those vents hide the sleeve. The aesthetic it gives it looks nice and professional. But it does, when the air hits that foam thing in between it, it helps disperse that cold air, so it's not just like beaming onto the pot. It's kind of hitting that thing and just kind of like puffing out, I imagine. You know, I'm no scientist. I'm just assuming and trying to picture what happens. But I feel like that definitely helps, because before, when it was just that gaping hole piece of plastic that I had, that air was jetting in there and it was just hitting those pots, and like I was feeling them the one day and it was cold, and I do not want to freeze roots and fuck those up. But once I put those things in, like it was fine. And plus, once I got that that fan that oscillates, plus that charcoal filter was not in the tent originally. I had that sitting on the outside of the tent. But because I want it to be closed loop and try to contain as much smell as possible, the only option was to put it in the tent how I have it now. I wish this tent was taller, and then that wouldn't even be an issue. But unfortunately, it's not, so it kind of is. I mean, it's not the biggest issue. I'd lose probably like a foot of real space. Reality. Jesus. But it still kind of sucks because, you know, the more space, the more you get. It's just how it goes. But I'm going to really try to utilize my space and get as much out of every little grow that I can. So CO2, getting the lighting to the very point of it's almost bad for it. It's so much, but, you know, like, but it's still good, really good. I'm going to be on top of these nutrients. There's another thing I asked for. It also connects to the AC Infinity AI brain, is a little pH meter that sits in the reservoir in my tank. So that way, you know, I don't have to sit and baby it and whatever. I can just check my phone, see where the levels are. If I need to adjust, I can adjust. But after Christmas, the things I don't get as gifts, I'm just going to go buy and just make sure this tent is the best it can be. But depending on my living situation and what I plan on doing, if I'm gonna stay here after this grow, like this should be done in March, April, probably closer to April. But when I finish, the question is, do I get into a new place or do I stay here? And if I stay here, the plan would be to move my bed into the living room because no one really ever comes over, so it's just me, whatever. So move the bed to the living room, and then I can put 2 tents up in the bedroom. And this air conditioner unit and the ventilation that I have should be sufficient enough to be doing both tents. Now, will I go overboard and get another charcoal filter for the other tent? Absolutely. But the air conditioner is 16,000 BTUs, and in a 2x4 space, that's way too much. Even for my little apartment, way too much. So that can definitely take care of 2 tents. And it would be nice the next go around to do Pineapple Express, like 2 of those in a tent, and then 2 Blue Dreams. Because I just got some Blue Dream from somewhere not too long ago, and it was a pleasant reminder of why I really love that strain. It is so good. And I do have some seeds of that strain. So, and but I really want a sativa, and that Pineapple Express is a heavy sativa. So it would be nice to do that and to do Blue Dream. So if I stay and kind of weather the storm for like another couple years, save some money so I can get a house, the goal would be to kind of rearrange, move the bed, get 2 tents up, and go from there. What to do? Either way, I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. The worst part of all of that is moving. But, you know, we're all people. We all got some issues. We all go through some shit. I definitely had my shit I went through, and I'm just trying to fix it all now. I should be done fixing it all roughly like mid-2026. So hopefully, like, by mid-2027, like, I would like to have a house. So that being said, if I move come March, April, then that means a year from then I'd have to move again. And I don't like moving. So I don't know if I'm gonna move. So I don't know what to do. Probably just gonna stay and weather the storm. I really don't want to, because I don't, as much as I do like the landlord and they're good people, I do not have room. If I maybe had the unit next to mine and this one, that would be one thing. I should have asked when I had a moment where I could have asked, like, hey, how about you just rent me out the back part too? But I just didn't ask. I was a little afraid. But, joke's on me, because they probably would have done it. And it probably could have been a really cool situation. But, you know, maybe this is also a good motivation kind of thing where it's just like, hey, you don't want to be there. What are you going to do about it? And, well, the only thing to do is kind of like save some money. And, you know, get out of the situations I'm in, which I'm working on. So, work in progress. But yeah, so it's looking like probably when I crop this in March, April, probably April. Maybe even May, depending. But these things are growing so fast, it might even be sooner, actually. So, who knows? We'll see when I actually flower them, how fast things go. But, holy pickles, man. I'm really excited. I was really worried and really discouraged for a while, because, like, man, these things, we've had our ups and downs, but I almost quit like 6 different times and started over with soil. But it's like, I gotta be doing something wrong. Like, but, you know, I'm nailing it down. I was overwatering it, and again, the light was an issue. At first it was too much, then not enough, then too much, then not enough, and there's just, I'm too ADHD fucked up to kind of like be on top of all that at once. But, you know, slowly it's kind of piecing together, and I'm figuring the shit out. And now I don't hate cocoa as much as I was once proclaiming to. my dude B that I work with, he told me to shorten these videos, but like once I go on a rant and get started, it's hard to kind of stop. So, whatevs. This is more so a journal for myself, and you find some cool shit about it, then cool. I do have a couple other videos I'm about to put up here. Just some basic shit. Just shit for content. You know, like, and some easy shit. Like, you know, my sister didn't know how to clean a grinder properly, so I made this whole tutorial video, and I never posted it, never did anything with it. But I think instead of releasing it how it is, I'm just going to release it with no audio and do it on here, and then just kind of commentate over top of it as it happens. And then I can kind of pause shit and whatever in the process and whatever. But maybe still release it on its own too, so, you know, views and content and whatnot. It all counts, I suppose. But it would be nice to just kind of do it live and do commentary over it. Because I do remember some of the shit I recorded. It's like, well, I should have said that, and just going back and forgetting to go back, and it's a thing. It's a thing. But yeah, so stuff as easy as that, because I'm sure there's a bunch of people that still don't know how to clean the grinder properly and get the most out of it and not fuck shit up. But it's like, it is kind of simple. Most people don't know rubbing alcohol is your best friend when it comes to smoking and anything basically oil. Like even in your kitchen, any kind of food oil, stuff like that, rubbing alcohol, know about it, 91%. But there was these stains since I moved in that supposedly they couldn't get out, and it wiped away so easily with rubbing alcohol. You just gotta have the right stuff, know what you're working with. But yeah, it's just little shit like that. I got a lot of info about. So throw it out there for shits and gigs. Ooh, boy. Well, I need to go back and see how that turned out. I need to see how that mic sounded, how shitty it was, how great it was. Who knows? There is like a $300 version I would like to get, but that's... I don't know. If I get it for Christmas, sweet. If not, that might be something I hold off on for a while. Don't really need it. I really just needed it to do what I just did. Other than that, like, I should be fine. However, it would be cool to not have this big thing in my face and have to, like, lean in and kiss on it. I'm gonna kiss on you while I talk. So that would be cool, I suppose. But I'm just stoked that this shitty little $8 thing I won seemed to have worked. Just plugged it right in my computer. Crazy. Just plug and play. Plug and play. Probably just put like 25,000 like Chinese viruses on my computer, but who knows. Anyway, well, that's that for that video. Now you see my setup. You kind of got the gist of my tribulations and trials. Oh, here's another fun fact. So, wait a minute. I could probably share this on the screen. Hold on a second. Tell me I still got it up. I'm actually gonna find this because I want to show you how crazy this is. How crazy I am for not. So, hold on. Let me just pull it up first. Athena startup kit food chart. I believe it was this one. Okay. Oh. Alright, so let me go over here now and share this screen with you. I guess window capture? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so let me just cut this on the screen real quick. Wait, why don't I see it on the screen anymore? Oh, because this is on the weed cam one? Oh, I see. I see. I put it on the wrong one. Hold on. Window capture. Existing. Boom. Okay, let's cut to this one. Alright, that's better. Let me move this. I'm going to cut only the important stuff in here that we need to see. But I want to show you how stupid I am. Because boy, oh boy. Alright, let me hit cut. Okay. So oh wait, no, some of it's off. Hold on. How'd that happen? Alright, so cut. Alright. So now, well, let me make this bigger. You don't need to see my face. It doesn't matter. It's just my face. So now if you're looking at this chart, you could see where it says pre-soak in the first thing down. And where it says bloom A, bloom B, 5, 5. And then down here where it says cleanse, it says 1. Now, in my rush to kind of get shit together, in my head, it makes sense that the first thing to go on here would be grow A and grow B. So when I made the pre-soak, instead of using the bloom, I used the grow. And so that was one of my issues. Awesome. And, you know, so this is the pre-soak. I should have been doing the 10-10-1 right next to it, the feed. Again, had I done that, it would have been the grow A and B because I'm an idiot and wasn't paying attention. However, I'm getting some pH up and pH down tomorrow in the mail, along with some more pipettes because I don't want to cross-contaminate these nutrients any more than I may have already done. But then once I get that, I'm actually going to make the feed bloom A, bloom B, 10-10. Just while I'm top watering. Once I'm done top watering it, we're gonna start the veg. Week 1. Oh, I can just do that. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger. But you can see then it goes to grow A, grow B, 11, 11, and then you add a lot more shit. But basically, this is what I'm gonna be putting in my reservoir. Just this. As long as I can read this chart, put this in there, my plants should grow without a problem, and that is the extent of the stress that I should really have to be dealing with, aside from changing the light every once in a while, maybe up or down. And then, so on week 4, if you're not done vegging, which I definitely will not be, because I'm going to be, you know, low stress training, topping, all that good stuff, they say to just stay on 4. So that's cool, and that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's just fucking crazy, man. It's just crazy that it's just like, hey, follow this recipe and you'll have the best shit ever. And as these videos, man, of these people that just use this, that follow this, their shit's insane. So know about it, cause it's about to be coming my way. I'm really excited. I'm really freaking excited. But yeah, so there's a lot of little shit I've fucked up here and there. Again, just like having the light too low, having the light too high, overwatering cocoa because I just didn't know the beast. But again, also to be expected when you're just learning something new and trying and going out on a limb, you're gonna fall. Cool beans. Cool beans. On that note, I'm gonna go do another dab and then close my tent up. Get ready to make some food tomorrow for these ladies, and we'll do an update once probably the next update is when I start vegging it, giving it veg food. So that'll probably be a week and a half, give or take. But those things in there should look way crazier by the time I have this next video, especially with all the low stress training and topping that's about to be happening. Like, that thing's gonna get crazy looking in there. Like right now it's still easy to manage and control, but This is sweet. So excited. Well, stay tuned, everybody. And, sorry it took me so long. Next time I come back, it'll be sooner. And it's going to be way crazier. And also stay tuned at the end of the grow to see the whole thing happen. At least from when I auto-potted it on up. Because the other videos are no bueno. So, yeah. Anyway. I think I'm going to go now. So you guys have a good night. And I will catch you on the flip side. Peace. Brah.